My husband demanded I quit my dream job because his mom said working wives neglect their families. When I refused, he served me divorce papers at my promotion celebration. I've worked 12 years to become head of pediatric surgery at my hospital, 12 years of residency, fellowships, 100-hour weeks, and studying until my eyes bled. Last month, I finally got the position I dreamed of since medical school. My husband James knew this was everything to me. He was there through all the late nights, the stress tears, the times I doubted myself. He used to say he was proud of having such an accomplished wife, but something changed after his mother moved closer to us 6 months ago. Suddenly, every conversation became about how career women destroy their marriages and how children need their mother's home. James started making comments about my schedule. When I get called in for emergencies, he'd sigh and say, "There you go again, choosing work over family. We don't even have kids yet." The breaking point came 3 weeks ago. James sat me down for a serious conversation about our future. He said his mother had opened his eyes to what was really important. "I want a traditional marriage like my parents had. I need a wife who's present, who makes our home a priority. Your career is consuming you." I stared at him. "My career is me, James. It's what I've worked toward my entire adult life. You knew this when you married me. People change, priorities change. I'm asking you to choose your job or our marriage." I couldn't believe he was giving me an ultimatum. After everything we'd been through, everything he'd claimed to support, he wanted me to throw away 12 years of sacrifice so I could play house with his approval. I told him I needed time to think. What I really needed was time to figure out if I'd married a stranger. Last Friday was my promotion celebration. The hospital threw a reception, my colleagues gave speeches, and for the first time in years I felt genuinely proud of what I'd accomplished. James showed up halfway through, which surprised me. He'd been cold and distant since our conversation, barely speaking to me unless necessary. I thought maybe he'd come to support me, to show that we could work through this. I introduced him to my new team, talked about the programs we were planning to implement. He smiled and nodded, but something felt off. He kept checking his phone and seemed distracted. An hour into the reception, James asked if we could step outside. I followed him to the parking lot, thinking he wanted to apologize or maybe find a compromise. Instead, he handed me an envelope. "What's this?" I asked, already knowing it couldn't be good divorce papers I filed this morning. I felt like I'd been punched in the stomach. "Are you serious right now at my celebration? I wanted you to understand that I meant what I said. This promotion just proves you'll never prioritize our marriage. My lawyer says we can have this wrapped up quickly since we don't have kids or complicated assets." I looked around at my colleagues through the glass doors, laughing and celebrating what should have been the best night of my career. My husband had just handed me divorce papers in a hospital parking lot while wearing the suit I'd bought him for our anniversary. "You couldn't wait until we got home. You had to humiliate me here in front of everyone I work with." "I am not trying to humiliate you. I am trying to free both of us to find what we actually want." What he actually wanted was a woman who would give up her dreams to validate his mother's opinions about proper wives. I went back inside and finished my celebration. When people asked where James went, I said he had to leave early. I wasn't ready to explain that my marriage had just ended between the champagne toast and the cake cutting. That was 2 weeks ago. James moved in with his mother temporarily, which feels fitting since she apparently had more say in our marriage than I did. My colleagues have been incredibly supportive. My best friend from residency said she went through something similar, and that the trash took itself out. James keeps texting saying we can work this out if I'm willing to compromise. His idea of compromise is me taking a part-time position, or maybe switching to family practice instead of surgery. He still doesn't understand that asking someone to betray their core identity isn't a compromise. It's erasure. I signed the papers yesterday. My signature was steady, which surprised me. I thought my hand would shake, but it didn't. I have a surgery scheduled this afternoon that could save a 4-year-old's life. That matters more than a man who loved the idea of me but couldn't handle the reality. My promotion comes with a significant raise. I'm thinking about buying myself a really nice bottle of champagne to celebrate both my new position and my new freedom.